Management Committee, and we've already had a pledge, so we'll go right into a roll call.
Mr. Curran,
Here?
Mr. Sear,
Here.
Mr. Barnes, Mr. Fanton,
Here.
Mrs. Hanchett,
Here.
Mrs. Ricketts Wales,
Here.
and Mr. Stockin.
Here.
6 present.
Now, looking for an approval of the minutes of May 18th, 2022. Mr. Fanton?
Hanchett seconds.
Hanchett seconds. Any additions or corrections? All those in favor? Aye. Approved. Approved. Have a little change in the rundown. Ms. Hunsberger, would you like to do your report? I know you have a meeting.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Now I got to actually, be ready though, right?
Yeah.
So you have a copy of my report. The only thing I wanted to point out, coming up in June, every year, minus, COVID and everything, we have a tractor safety certification program for youth. So between 14 and 16 years old, that means that they'll be allowed to work on a farm and operate machinery. So oftentimes we've collaborated with BOCES and had it held there. This year we are collaborating with FFA, and it's going to be over at Cuba Rushford. So it's held June 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. It's all day, 8:30 to 4, if you know of anybody who is interested in taking that. It's a good class. There's hands-on experiences as well as a written exam for everybody who loves written exams. So,
Very good. Any more questions for Laura? Mike?
that's a good question. We have a Spanish-speaking employee with us, so we have the option to have it bilingual if we want it to be. If there's anybody that indicates when they register for the class that that's something that they need.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Any other questions?
No?
We had an internal parasite workshop last Friday.
Oh,
I'm sure you guys are all interested in hearing about that. Yeah,
Thanks, but no thanks.
yeah, me too.
Okay, I guess you're all set.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. And back to regular order. Craig Brack is not here and nothing submitted. Scott Torrey, is he back there?
Scott Torrey wasn't able to attend this afternoon.
Okay. Brian. Brian has a late submission.
I do, and I will accept all of the blame for that, even if Brenda tries to take some of it for me. I had neglected to send add Tiffany to the email. I only sent my submission to Brenda, and it never made it all the way through. So, as much as Brenda was trying to take some of the blame, I'll shoulder it. So I did bring hard copies of my report for you, so I put them on desk, but if you didn't get one, make sure to let me know. I'll bring it to you, or we can email it to you later or whatever. To hit a couple highlights on that for you there, the PPAC meetings keep happening. They're going well. The Family Matters meeting was at the YMCA in Wellsville this month, so we were able to kind of get somewhere else. They've got a nice setup in their office there to be able to have a hybrid type thing, because they could put up on the screen all the people that weren't able to come in person and are doing it remotely, but we still had plenty of us in there. Our full PPAC, Partners for Prevention in Allegheny County meeting, was at Genesis Bible Church, and they had the similar setup there where they had a projector up on the screen so that anybody that was remote was still involved in the meeting, but we had plenty of us there in person. So that all seems to be going well, and one of the big topics that came up was the remote area medical clinic returning to Genesee Valley in the fall. They did that last year. It was pretty well received. They had a good turnout. Plenty of opportunities for people to volunteer with that. If anyone's looking to help, they will certainly be looking for help with that. Association stuff kind of just keeps rolling along. They did actually have a call for the state meeting. The state association, they held a call about the rise in school shootings, things like that, what we can do in our area to keep an eye on them, try to prevent, how to respond if necessary, and what can go from there. So, unfortunately, that is a topic that continues to need to be discussed, and they just took a little time to do that. And regionally, it was a lot about summer events, those areas that do up near Buffalo, the groups up there that do their summer events, what they've got going on for there. But the highlight for me is bike safety. I've been so happy to get back in the schools and do bike safety with them, with all the second graders, all the questions they get, the stories they hear about what they did riding their bikes, and one guy in suit that insisted that he'd wear his helmet, but I can't make him use his hands. He's going to ride without his hands. So I said, if you're wearing your helmet, we're good to go. I do have one more stop to make tomorrow, actually, in Wellsville, and we had to shuffle that one around a little bit. Something else popped in. So I'll be finishing up with bike safety tomorrow, and we've been doing really well with that. So that's all I had in my report for you, really. We do also have an appointment, so just to speak quickly on that before it gets brought up later. Deb Hint and Bob Starks are going to be renewing as members for the Youth Bureau. They've been serving for years and happy to continue to do so. And then Brianna Sims is one that's new, will be new coming on. She lives in Wellsville. She's the executive director of the Wellsville YMCA, so I thought it was a great opportunity to tie in the YMCA, especially as they've started to announce that they're going to have their early childhood learning center coming in and some things like that. It seems like an appropriate time to get them involved in the Youth Bureau. So,
Very good. Brenda, do we need a motion on this?
no, I think it's coming later, but
Okay, go ahead.
I kind of want to go back up to the clinic, the RAM clinic.
Sure, yeah.
Wasn't dental a big part of what they were offering over there and widely received since we struggle with dental so much in our
yeah.
county?
I-
Dental services, I guess, more or
Yeah, the
less.
dental services there for sure. I remember, as they were talking about it, and I wasn't able to attend last year. I was out of town when they had it. I'm hoping to this year. So, but yeah, the stories that they would tell about the different people that came from so far away. I mean, there's definitely was people from Allegheny County using the service, but they had people coming from hundreds of miles that were coming in, and one of the stories that they would tell was a guy that was there, hours before the clinic even opened for registration, and they told him, we don't open yet. He's like, I've had this tooth I've had to get pulled and I can't do it any other way. So if I've got to sit here for 3 more hours until it can go, I'll do it. So it's definitely a great opportunity to get some care for people that need it.
Well, when I was at the Cuba Garlic Festival, I had people asking about it and wondering if they came from Buffalo, they could go in. And
Yep.
at that point, I was not sure, so
Yeah.
it's a great program that they're running over there.
Yeah, they can come from out of county, out of state. I mean, I think somebody came from like West Virginia for
Wow.
one of them or something, if I remember correctly. There was definitely some out of state, not just PA either, where
Okay.
it was across the border. There was definitely some from further away that showed up. So
Great, thank you.
Yep.
Oh,
Go ahead.
We attended the partnership meeting
Oh, yeah.
last week for RAM. and
Yeah, come on
Yeah.
over to the mic, Jamie.
We attended the partnership meeting last week for RAM, and because the demand was so high, particularly for dental last year, they had 20 chairs. They've upped it to 40 chairs this year.
Awesome.
So at the Board of Health meeting last night, we did push all of our doctors and Doc Simons and stuff to try to volunteer and get some of their colleagues to volunteer.
great, thank you.
Yeah, and before I steal too much of any thunder here, I'm really just trying to help promote it. It's definitely the Genesee Valley School people are heading that up. They're doing a great job. So anything I can do to just bring it to people's attention is all I'm going to try to do. So,
Thank you.
okay, thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Okay. All right, we have a resolution. Where'd it go? Way in the back. It's a resolution that I think is very important. And it's the resolution in support of Assembly Bill A9990 and Senate Bill S899 to allow New York State produced whole and 2% milk back into schools. I don't know why it had gotten to this point, but I think this is a resolution we definitely should support.
Fenton will move that.
Hanchett seconds.
Stanton, Hanchett. Any discussion?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to say this is a great resolution, and it's going to be great for the local milk producers.
Very good. I agree. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That is carried unanimously. Okay. See, we went through the youth board reappointments, I believe.
Yes, the chairman of the board plans to reappoint Deborah Hint of Cuba and Robert Starks of Wellsville, and that is for a 3-year term effective March 26, 22 through March 25th, 2025. It is subject to confirmation by the board. In addition, the chairman plans to appoint Brianna Sims of Wellsville, and that will be for a new 3-year term effective June 22nd, 2022, and expiring March 25th, 2025, and that is also subject to confirmation by the board.
Okay. Do we need to move those, Brenda?
Yes, we do. It will require a resolution.
Okay. Ask for a motion on this memorandum.
I'll make a motion on that, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Seer, a second. Ricketts Swales will second. Any more discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That is carried. Okay. Old business. New business. Good of the order. I'll ask for adjournment.
So moved. Hanchett?
Hanchett moves, second. Barnes. All those in favor?
Aye.
We are